getting sort of top 2 in this upper bracket puts you in a great place. So there's a lot to play for today in our match of the day. Easily, Luminosity to M80 renew their rivalry again. Now Happy and Pelican are stateside, and they are looking threatening.
And I would say, like, coming into this match, all of the pressure here, right, is on M80. You know, you have these 2 great imported players. You have a very talented roster top to bottom. You're expected to be in the same kind of ballpark as the Toronto Defiant. Juby with a boob there on the Ultraviolet takes him out early on. So good start for Luminosity. Probably secures them the point. You can't really fight without that Baptiste.
No, yeah, that absolutely decided the fight there, Matthew. And sometimes just a good environmental kill on this map, and that Causeway, in fairness, is a very risky location to play under that kind of threat. Will get you the point straight away. M80 don't even want to chance it. They don't take the risk. They wait for Ultraviolet to return. And now they're going to have to play from this lower ground, forge a path up to that bridge.
I mean, playing without Ultraviolet there is just feeding Luminosity ultimates, right? You know, just no chance without, these comps. Like, the Baptiste healing is so strong. Some nice shots there, helping King at range. You have an Amp Matrix here as well for Squid up on the high ground.
Still on the fence because I kind of want LG to win for the underdog story, but Happy is my favorite player ever.
Dante drops down voluntarily.
I was your favorite Overwatch player ever.
A hasty sound barrier is applied.
That's
for
crazy.
M80's Juby has not built yet. They're still able to find yet another kill off the boob. It's Laya going down. Pelican's got a lot of work to do now, pressuring Squid. But this is 51% and counting for Luminosity, and M80 been caught sleeping at the start of this map.
Yes, I mean, what, you just have Pelican here alive. You have Juby and King. Possible pulse bomb, drops it, doesn't connect with anything. Didn't have recall. Was
there you go, there you go. I'm liking it. I'm liking it, bro.
Listen, allow M80 to flip the
Luminosity with the 63% on the board. I'm liking it right now, chat.
Happy was on his way back to the point. Eventually, the Cassidy emerges and punishes that lack of recall there from King. And so the high ground has been achieved for M80. There's a decent amount of run they need to conduct in order to even up the score. But they're off to a good start and have the power position to play from. It is a sound barrier, though, coming up for Juby.
Yeah, that's what I would say here, right? Is that M80 ends up using the sound barrier really early on. Liar pops it because Dante's putting pressure on the Ultraviolet in the back line. You have the ability to use this for Juby. It's just a really awkward spot to do so.
Deadeye pushing up behind those Orisa cooldowns. They've isolated the Baptiste here. Not quite a kill as Happy had to fire the shot and back away. It was an immortality field in play. Risky to try and challenge Vision there.
Hey, I want to see something here, chat.
They're able to move up. Won't be finding any kills from that either. And M80 still control the point here. Here's the Terror Search. Hawk going very, very low, and here's that sound barrier that they were waiting on. Luminosity finally get it off. Juby loses most of that shielding almost instantly, but it's enough of a buffer board to bring Hawk down. Now M80 have to operate without that Orisa, and Pelican once again is a big job to do, but it might just have to be a full disengage for M80.
Yeah, I mean, it's very difficult to keep Hawk alive there, right? Even with the immortality field, it's like sound barrier on everybody, plus that Amp Matrix, the damage that comes down to him on the Orisa. He's got that central pillar he's trying to hide around, but that's not going to last for long. As the plus for M80 here is you have double support ult here for, not really going to be the last fight, right? You imagine they take the point off of this, but you got to consider, like, okay, if you're Luminosity, can you get both of these ultimates out? That would be huge, and there's the sound barrier.
Yeah, the immortality field was crucial. All of the defensive cooldowns had to be blown there by M80, but it works. They're able to deal with the Orisa, Terror Searching right up in front of them. And now some beautiful footwork there from Happy. Vision suiting up in this round as a ghost of Happy's past, if you notice it. But that's not enough to rattle him. Now M80 need to maintain the point for the rest of the round.
And I think if you're Luminosity, like, this is pretty good, right? You give yourself an opportunity to win the round, right? You get both support ults out, you give the point back, but still getting those support ults out is just probably even more important in that type of scenario.
They are cycling here into Juby and Laya, basically being even again in sound barrier charge. Laya able to build up a decent amount of that at the end of the fight, but M80 are taking less damage right now. So Juby may well have his first on this cycle as well. Amp Matrix here for Squid is an option, but everyone's so dispersed, they're going to go for it anyway. Pelican playing in the periphery. He's going to wrap around behind that Amplification Matrix, and Hawk has to concede the point for the time being. Happy is a great off angle though, and it has to be an immortality field to protect Squid against Pelican's Pulse Bomb. Happy under extreme pressure. At risk of being knocked off the map there. Oh, Hawk with the peel turns around, javelin spin to disrupt and make it hard for Dante
bro. Luminosity's
choking. For Happy. Great clean up here for M80, Matt. Looks like they've recovered fully now.
Yeah, as, they'll hold on here as just one player gets on. King.
Oh no!
Not the Hawk with, good old. Oh damn! The Gallop emote
with the forest green.
This is
Los
a
Angeles
good
Valiant
game.
skin,
I don't care what anyone says. This is gonna be the best game of the day. AK Dome Puncher, Bridge Massive Tier 2 for 3 months, my friend. Absolutely massive.
They have like there's like the the BC and AD. It's like they need the Valiant timeline of
before Custa,
before Custa and after Custa.
My goodness. Vision in that last round, definitely under a lot of pressure to try and match Happy's impact over the round. It's a big ask for anybody here. And Pelican getting talked up, as Jake points out, not traditionally a tracer player, but has had to put in the work to sort of rise up the ranks and be able to cover that role.
He's just such a talented player, like not even just eliminating like just like Echo player, Genji player, just a talented player that like any hero that like comes out or whatnot, like you expect him to be able to play at a really high level. Like he's gonna figure it out. Just a sick gamer.
Hawk here on a signature pick. This Diva obviously pretty well suited for this map, and also very threatening for Dante in general, who apparently got on the wrong side of Happy over there. Now M80 can push up. Happy gets nice sight lines to pressure more of those blinks out of King. Great start for M80.
And if you're M80, right, this is like an awesome comp that if you're able to fall back on and make work, right? Pelican, we've actually seen pretty good in the tournament in the past, right? And then Hawk on the Diva, you would say, Diva Sigma, probably Hawk's like the 2 best heroes historically, right? So for him to be able to play one of those, it's a great pocket pick.
Genji here for King, but Pelican is on the Torp, so this gets a little difficult from here on out.
Okay, sorry.
We'll see all of them group up very much in the side room around the Torp, around the defense matrix. But Laya still got picked off there, perhaps playing in traffic once more.
Don't screen on camera at that angle. That's fine. Do you guys want to know that I said, looking great, Dad, love you, and thank you. Make sure to eat and take care of yourself. Don't overwork.
Another turret set up now, which is going to make flanking this setup harder again.
Yeah, that's actually the rush that comes in from Squid there. And not really having to use anything in response to it there for M80. So maybe this is like a switch for Luminosity here. So King over, playing Genji now, right? So putting a little bit more pressure on that back line, but Squid will actually play the Kariko still. So, I mean, that Kitsune Rush kind of goes for absolutely nothing there.
That's a tough one. Luminosity already at a distinct disadvantage.
Come on, Luminosity. Don't lose the Pelican Tour, bro.
Not help them at all here. M80, not really provoked into switching compositions up, but great pick from Vision. That is absolutely perfect. A short window where the defense matrix was down, and now they've capitalized instantly. So Pelican get removed by King. Happy can only really find the kill on the back foot as he tries to get out.
I mean, getting the Baptiste in anyway is such a huge win there for Luminosity, right? Just talk, not even about the healing, right? He's obviously providing, most of the healing for the team, Ultraviolet, but
wait, Jay3, why are you not playing for Luminosity?
Field, right? That's what allows Hawk to kind of just stand on the point and just play for free a lot of the times. The bad part here for Luminosity, well, actually, it'll be probably, a fight where just about everybody in the server has an ult, so we'll see how this kind of kicks off.
You're right, it's going to be messy indeed. Happy wants to flank here.
Yeah, it's going to be chaos.
And Matrix will be nice, but the sidelines aren't great here. Luminosity able to back away on that upper ledge.
Not a player, bro. They picked up a whole team, by the way. They picked up a whole college team.
Anywhere else except back behind that central pavilion. Hawk goes upstairs briefly. Vision a little bit low. Squid spending most of his time trying to keep up that sojourn. And here's the overclock. Happy can't get out of this. The immortality field he needs to play around.
Wow, I can't believe he actually lived.
So again, M80 with the prescribed answer to that Orisa ult. That is now expired though, but so is Vision apparently. Hawk's able to get the micro rockets and go to work with them. Was hoping, I think, to push the mech off there, which would have been cute, but can't quite get enough of an oomph.
Jay is too old to play comp.
You caught me. To refresh the mech and get back to fighting.
But you know what's really funny? I might be old, but at least I'm still top 500, and I'm still playing with my friends and the OWCS and Faceit League Season 1. What are you doing?
For what probably will end up being like a final fight, right? Luminosity are going to have to wait, get everybody grouped up together.
Too busy trying to climb out of silver.
Absolutely everything in this. Not like Deadeye is like a fight, winning ultimate, but still they're going to have to kind of play around it as this is definitely going to be the final fight.
Tower there for King is annoying. Keeps him busy when he would much rather be the cat amongst the pigeons on the ground here. That'll be cleared out, though. Happy's dead, though, crucial, though, if Luminosity want to rush in, which is obviously what their comp excels at. Overload here for Pelican, but it was actually just a feint there from Juby, who won't be looking to pressure any further. Happy with 275 HP, more than happy to stand out in the open and fight this out. Great defense matrix covering over Dante, making it impossible to put pressure back on the Cassidy as he's ulting. See the dive there from Hawk, it's good. King is getting rid of Luminosity, and has no choice but to do that right now. Happy outranged a little bit by the Sojourn there, but still connecting shot after shot to pressure them back off that line.
I don't think they're taking this.
Oh my
God, Happy,
and that'll be
bro.
that. OWCS goes the way of M80. The amount of times I saw, you know, Juby pick out, get headshot, and just had to back up and sort of run away. Also, like, forcing Suzu out of Squid. Just one shot's really all you need. Not to find the kill in this era of Overwatch, but to force those cooldowns that are really crucial to having a good 5-on-5 fight.
Yeah, no celebratory Widowmaker shot here at the start. Just kind of get right to it. It's almost like the you know, in a fight where they touch gloves at the beginning, right? It's almost like what the Widowmaker shot, I think, is.
It's almost a courtesy now, right?
Yeah. You know, it's a staple of the show, I feel like, with your half-tuck shirt. It's, you know, they go kind of hand in hand.
I mean, I'm glad you admit it's not going away, Matt. That's I'm glad you've been able to accept that at this point.
I like it. Bring the early 2000s back.
Damn, I didn't have any fashion sense back then, so I'm just catching up. You've got to allow me a few years at the very least. The Sojourn here defensively can play from that high ground.
With the frosted tips, you'd look fine.
Oh, you know, I don't know if I'm going to go that far. That seems like a you thing, though. I bet you had them, yeah?
I did. I looked sweet.
I love that for you. Yeah, so you've already had that sort of character development arc that I missed out on because I was stuck in a lab at university during that time. But that's fine. Guess who else is in the lab? M80. They're cooking up something pretty special.
They just...
I feel so
they
bad.
Just bullied them. I mean, they bullied Dante off of the point and then just took it, and then just nobody could bounce back. And I like this decision for Luminosity. Like, you can't fall behind.
Lean, is Meg bothering you? I got you, Lean.
4 minutes,
I'll save
right?
you.
You know, then just let them
Meg, you're
push
welcome.
up into the castle. Fight this here. Even if you use some ultimates, that's fine, right? You're just kind of like exchanging them as both rushes go down. I kind of like this decision, even in a little bit of loss. They need to get some of this time off the clock.
Absolutely. I think M80 are also not surprised by the decision of Luminosity to commit a Kiriko ultimate there.
Yo, Court! Person has 33 months. How you doing? Almost 3 years. That's insane.
Still all the tools that they need in terms of sound barrier and, of course, that Terror Surge. And the fighting really gets hot and heavy. Now it's up to Pelican, right, to kind of pave the way, to sort of forge ahead. Oh, okay. And take up a position like this.
Let's see what Pelican's going to do here.
Just going to sit there.
Not, not quite a stalk here, but
he got
Pelican
caught out.
in a position to drop the Hydrogen Bait.
Wait, pulse.
Crossover.
Suzu, feels bad, man. That was a nice pulse. That would have been a 2K.
By Squid, but it's not available when the Deadeye comes in. Not that it would have helped much anyway. Dante, though, fell. That's the important use in that fight. And it's about to go from bad to worse for Luminosity.
Chat. Do you guys think it would be possible to cheat in Overwatch tournaments like in chess? Right? Maybe have a vibrating butt plug that tells you what ults the enemies have.
Gives you sound barrier, obviously, as you're kind of probably just holding that to match. This one has been all M80, you know, with what we expected to be really close.
I do know about that.
Definitely was pretty close, right? Had its moments, but Luminosity, you know, you have to be able to kind of make a stand.
You cannot cheat in Overwatch tournaments because if you're caught, not only will you be disqualified, but your whole team will be disqualified. And you will probably be banned from playing in any tournament, and your Overwatch account will probably be banned.
Hawk steps up. It's all too easy for M80. They are a cut above right now. Luminosity can't hope to win this series if they can't stand against them in pitched battles like that one.
Yeah, as Hawk.
This is looking bad for Luminosity, bro. 5 minutes for last phase.
The door will open. It's 4 minutes and 50 seconds and counting. Still on the clock here. For M80 is okay. I mean, if Pelican's gonna do stuff like that, that's a melee kill, right? It just happens so fast. The blink melee recall.
I would never
combo.
eat White Castle in my life.
If he's playing like that, and then Happy's also playing like he is today, I mean, good luck, man.
I don't think it's often correct to boil down, like, you know, team disparity to DPS gap, but I think that's what we have here. I think Happy and Pelican are just a little too good for most of the time. They've been dominant. In one way or another, M80 have been using either of those tools here to carve their path through Luminosity. Here, though, at least the defenders were able to establish a bit of a foothold.
Whoa. What do you mean, why is LG so bad? They're not bad.
A little bit behind in some of the support ultimates, but nothing to write home about.
Listen, the game's not over until it's over, chat.
With his Terror Surge and hope that there's sufficient follow-up.
Yeah, that time they just kind of like left Hawk, right? They just sprinted right past him, and just got into the back. Were able to take a few players out, and seems like it might be a strategy they try to employ, but kind of back up. Want to play around this first corner where the payload is like you mentioned, they do have the Terror Surge, but I feel like it's almost like a last-ditch effort, right? They're not going to engage with it.
Nice roll there, but the pulse bomb gets carried into Lyre. I think it was attached to Happy, but Lyre wasn't inside the effect of the Suzu, I think, as it got rolled back into him. A little bit awkward there. Happy eventually gets brought down, and it's going to have to be, yeah, a capitulation here for M80 once more. Nice pulse from King.
Yeah, so now you're starting to put together some holds here for LG, right? I know you get 2 in a row. You burn a little bit of time off the clock, but they have to back up. Seems like both teams just kind of holding for a great Suzu spot here, potentially just kind of like around this corner.
Harder part of the map to play into as attackers, to be sure. Okay, Javelin Spin is there. I think Happy thinks that he's far enough past it that he can take the shot, but eventually gets brought down. Dante hitting hard and didn't even have to use that ultimate there. Much better from Luminosity. Finding their feet on a moment too soon, might I say. As M80 are inches, okay, meters, from the end of the map here. Being able to maintain that Terror Surge, also into a fight that has sound barriers, so you have some inoculation against Hawk's Terror Surge. Gonna be pretty important.
Hello?
Yeah, I think kind of like what you were thinking here for Luminosity, right? Is you're not using your rush, winning that fight, you need to buy some time. Now M80 can come in. You use your, Kitsune rush, right? Is it sound barrier or like Terror Surge, right? In response, maybe both Terror Surge, Pulse Bomb here, possibility for LG, and now it forces sound barrier in response for M80.
I think LG want to get that out of M80's hands as soon as possible here, especially when they're threatening to finish the map with just one good fight. Here's Kitsune Rush, and Vision goes down instantly. Pulse Bomb there from King, unfortunately no joy. Pelican gets his up just at this time, and the Terror Surge, though, has done its job. Again, very important to hold everybody in place for Happy to take easy shots one after another. That'll be enough for M80 to get done, and with how quick they got through the first and second phases, they're still dealing with a minute 45-ish. Come on in, the order's fine. Vision finds it out the hard way. Pelican now able to clean up, chase down. That'll be about completion for M80.
Yeah, I mean, Vision has to get on there.
1 minute and 38 seconds is not bad, chat.
He's like fully charged up at that time, so just huge damage, lethal damage when he goes down onto the point. Like what, about a 2.5 minute hold there from Luminosity, almost 3 minutes towards the end. Pretty decent hold considering M80 was on pace to set like a 3+ minute time bank, almost 4. So
no, it's not bad,
Luminosity
chat. It's
needs
doable
to get this first point fast, though, right? Any
I bet you guys are the type of people that would be playing fucking ranked, but if the other team caps with 1 minute 38,
and I wonder if Happy
which is only half the game,
here,
you guys are like, oh, okay, GG's, I give up, we're not going to cap, this team sucks, and then you leave the game. Chat, the game is not over until it's over.
Style, which, again, can kind of expose you a little bit. Especially when the attackers can take
one of those quitters,
also
bro.
fight off angles around the clock tower. So safer option here for Happy, who's mostly been on custody so far in this series. Probably a good time here to go for a more discreet approach.
Yeah, I mean, we know though that Happy is going to have no issues there on the Sojourn, where can he just outrange Vision, right? Vision had some moments there on the defensive side of things, but they're going to need to ratchet up something pretty awesome here on their offense. Let's take a listen into Luminosity.
There we go. See, they listen to me, chat. I have the script.
Surge. Yeah.
Surge.
Alright, so Surge.
Top left. Quickly left.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm gonna walk. 3, 2, 1, walk.
Try one. Yeah.
We have better skills.
Yeah, no side.
Clear one. I'm taking bottom left.
I better go left.
Don't split in. I'm
Take their side.
Surge is real. They're all 1 HP.
Come on.
They're all 1 HP. Wait a minute, they're all full.
We're so afraid. We're like backing to every corner. We just need to take a trade, guys. We're gonna lose if we do that.
I'm all Surge is just on high ground.
We have to do something though. Like we can't just not fight it, or else we're just gonna lose every fight.
Also, they did just spear us off the high ground.
They're all one, Matt. They're all one.
Everybody's always one. I love what Dante said there though, right? Like if you just kind of play scared and just constantly back up into corners, you're gonna lose anyway. So you may as well just take the fight, right? like you may as well try and push your advantage.
Yeah, just take
and,
the trade even. You don't even have to like have clean like solo kills. You're the attacker. You have that spawn advantage. Take a trade. Luminosity,
damn,
like,
bro.
You know, they're making the right calls,
Come
I think,
on,
in that
Luminosity,
regard, but
bro.
there's a difference
Come
between
on.
conception and execution for those ideas.
Because I think you can also, I mean, although it's a video game, right, you can kind of tell if the other team is confident or not, right?
Yes.
And if you constantly see them, like, moving backwards and kind of, like, you know, making some potentially, like, odd plays, you know they're a bit scared, which allows you to even play freer if you're a team like M80, right?
What?
That allows
Wrong.
Pelican to be like,
I don't play ranked because my friends said
right?
I'm not friends.
Doesn't even care.
Oh, the sound barrier timing is good for M80, and Luminosity can't keep vision
Your
standing.
friends say that you're not
Where the
friends?
heck is their damage now?
So that's kind of fucked up.
Pelican just
Dead.
looking on as Dante gets beaten to a pulp there by Hawk. Luminosity running out of time pretty quickly, also spending both their support ults in that fight. This is starting to get out of hand. And I mean, you can hear how much Luminosity benefit from the veteran voice of Dante there, but it's one thing to know what you kind of need to do, and like I said before, another thing to actually put it into action. Like, how do they get this trade?
Nice
That's
shot.
nice.
I wish I
Vision,
could saw that.
Spotting Pelican, who overextends with a bit of hubris. Now player advantage for LG.
Appreciate him asking 2 months, my friend.
Yeah, King spots him in the corner, and then when Pelican's trying to get out, just a headshot from Vision as he's trying to cross. See if M80 tries to challenge this without the Tracer.
Overclock. They come on in and they get Juby, so they've equalized. And then we'll have that respawn of Pelly basically
Nice
now.
shot, wow.
Another beauty from Happy there. Great shot. Yeah, Dante's like, okay, it's chalked. We're getting out, we're getting out. 1 minute,
Jesus
5
Christ.
seconds left to
Oh
play.
my
Happy.
God, bro.
Oh yeah, he's a good shooter. No doubt about it.
He's happy. There's, I mean, that was an opportunity there for Luminosity, right? You're gifted a kill, basically, onto Pelican. You get 85%, so you just need one more tick. But in terms of the time bank, right, what I was talking about is they needed a fast, you know, take here where with M80, they said 1 minute and 38 in the time bank. Even if M80 loses here, right, you get like a fight hold at the castle and you're in a fantastic spot.
Now, you said at the start of the round, they need a quick start to this map. They need a big first fight win early. Happy's very low. They've had to disengage as a result of this, but they brought the Sojourn back to fighting fitness. There's a recall from Pelican. Probably realized he couldn't finish it off with a melee, but the follow-up is there from Laya. This one is all but over. Not much to be done here now. Luminosity can maybe desperately throw a Kitsune rush in, but it comes up too late in that fight for it to be a factor. And M80 showing a bit of a gap here on Luminosity.
Yeah, as they push up towards the spawn, Dante goes over to the Doom here, trying to go over the top of the building. Just looking to get a touch, and I mean,
oh my God, he didn't even touch. Holy shit!
Filthy there. As
that's absolutely cooked, bro. Yeah, there's nothing you can do. You know, we didn't really know what the gap was between them and M80 realistically. We know last time they played, it was also one-sided, but we felt that Luminosity had improved a lot. M80 might just have improved that much more, though, Matthew.
Yeah, I mean, LG was the. I mean, you just hear the headshot ping constantly. LG was the team to get a map off of Toronto, right? I believe in Swiss. So.
Oh my God!
No, they're capable. I mean, that is just.
Oh shit!
Just vintage Happy, right?
It is, and this is the comp that M80 play while they're trying to decide if they respect you or not. We saw them play this earlier in the tournament, right? And they actually had to switch off of it. It was
oh my God, they're just teabagging each other. I love it. I love it, chat. They're just teabagging each other.
He just hits another jump shot, so the King dies, then comes off the spot, and then hits him again. I mean,
what?
We're winning. Was there any doubt?
I mean, Hunter can't even one-shot anymore. Happy's just going to absolutely smash you. Taking over the game already. This is dangerous territory. Luminosity, that bot is pushing, and M80 showing no signs of giving up any of this ground. I call it hard fought ground, but it didn't look like they break a sweat.
Seeing you,
here.
She doesn't like seeing me.
Happy's more than happy to hold this line.
Also, if Hawk can play Sigma and Diva, like this team is going to be very difficult to beat. I think even just at a global level, right? I mean, he's so good on those two heroes.
Happy
with the inputs that are ready for Happy.
You save her from what?
That is awful early.
Everybody else at 50% ult.
This actually makes it much harder to establish that high ground control for Luminosity. Look at how they let the bot push because they cannot play the bridge and be in that oppressive position. Beautiful headshot. The follow-up from Ultraviolet is superb. A lot of people looking in the direction of Dante there. And this has got, I mean, a checkpoint in the next few moments. Yeah, the bot's moving back, but that is going to be short-lived. Desperately, King trying to get the grips with Happy, trying to put some pressure down on him preemptively. Ultraviolet throws that immortality field. Astro King had to get through that first, and in the meantime, Happy was able to find Squid once more. This is...
I was going to say, how did he find Squid? I mean, Squid was like up close, like TPing into him as
this isn't a fair fight at all.
Onto the Ramatra.
It's mostly like coffee.
I mean, M80, even from yesterday to today, Matt, are looking like a different team.
I could smell the coffee.
Right. And Vision now goes over and plays the Sojourn here, so...
Forget about
give himself a little bit of a better chance. Matrix, Widow shot.
Just pack it up at this point. You are getting absolutely dominated.
Dude, Happy is teabagging and everything, bro.
Luminosity, human pretzel right now.
I try to eat the yogurt.
Happy doing absolutely anything he wants here.
Very aggressive position there.
He doesn't care.
Happy.
He knows he's better. So much so, in fact, finally a pulse bomb to bring him down. This is a shellacking.
I mean, I like yogurt, but it's like, I don't know, something about that yogurt I just didn't
Luminosity down. They finally have a look in here. All it took was a pulse bomb on towards the carry of Happy. Sound barrier here for Liar. Going to deploy that right away. Got to keep him in with Hawk. Yeah, they've lost Hawk, so this is a little bit scrappy from M80, but you do a little trolling now. You do a little trolling because you made your point. You're just better.
Yeah, I think,
Thank you.
Hawk was around the corner, just didn't get in a line of sight of it, so...
Yeah, Liar was
maybe
also...
Maybe we get in and out for after the movie.
Yeah, 4 meters, plays 110. Happy with another infra site now.
I don't know why, but I'm really craving in and out.
The shot's probably come relatively easy because Luminosity have to forge out into the open.
I don't know, in and out is so good. If I had it in Miami, I'd probably eat it every day.
King knows what his job is now.
Jack, can someone buy an in and out chain in Miami?
That is the job. That is the directive.
So dangerous.
Nice super long range.
Speaking about in and out, I think if they did open a chain in Miami, it would go fucking hard.
King eventually goes down, so it's a trade.
I think they would make so much money.
Is it worth losing your Tracer to kill the Widow, especially with
a millionaire? Yeah, all Waleed does every day is just scam his chat.
I don't think so. It depends if they can pressure Vision. Also, yeah, spawn advantage is a great point, Matt. Like, going 1-for-1 in this part of the map doesn't feel great at all. And Happy comes off spawn and gets a kill instantly, so definitely feels bad.
Yeah, I think we should go IRL stream one day.
I mean, the spawn advantage is just like, you know, even more exacerbated, right? The fact that Happy is such a long-range character, right? It's not like King can, you know, spawn up and just start doing damage straight away, right? As Happy lands a shot onto Juby there.
All of Luminosity's life insurance premiums just shot through the roof. This is unbelievable stuff.
You know what I did? I think
5 minutes still to play, though. Nicely done from Vision. Beautiful. Look at that Vortex also thrown down on the Widow. Just to keep her feet on the ground, so to speak. And there's overclock now once more. It's a DPS ultimate that allows Luminosity to break the... Bye! Liar! Nicely done. Judy sent careening over the edge of the map.
Is the bottle end up moving the other way?
Oh my god. They're just toying with them, chat. They're just toying with them, bro.
Dance on them.
Hawk just like channeling the spirit of fate, who, you know, still lives, but, you know, more in a metaphorical sense.
Dante wishes it was like Fortnite, where you could turn the emotes off now. The BM ones.
Yeah, this is the L dance. This is the L dance.
Turn Gallop off. Yeah, I think every character needs a Gallop type of like emote.
Oh, it could be worse. It could be the one that looks like Arissa's just used the litter box. Or they're like, she you know, scuffs up the dirt behind her. Anyway, Happy getting looked at again. Moving over to the Sojourn for that extra safety. I think the Widow era is over, but we will never forget it. One of the most dominant performances of a Widowmaker in this era of Overwatch, I would say. Especially in this region. 4 minutes and 10 to play with. Here in Luminosity, you have a lot of work to do. And like you mentioned before, just getting a trade here on the front foot isn't good enough. You need a full team fight win. And against a sound barrier, against his Terror Surge, that's asking an awful lot, especially if Pelican gets in and finds something big here. Slide from Vision.
I mean, you could Terror Surge and then use the Pulse Bomb if you want it, right? We've seen a bunch of teams do that as Pelican just running free in the back line.
Okay, later beat here for Luminosity, but it doesn't hurt them really. Annihilation for Dante now looking to come forward, knocked backwards though, or rather sucked into the Terror Surge. That's Hawk giving up his life for this. And M80 want to try and find a way to trade out the Ramatra, but they can't. Dante's staying safe here. What? A Kitsune Rush with 4 players up. They're going for it here. That's a little extreme.
Yeah, you're pushing it a little bit there, but now what? You're mid-map. You're gonna have Hawk back as he comes back on the Winston. So you still control some of this high ground here for M80. I don't think you're like in trouble yet, right? Vision with the overclock. Let's see if he can do anything with this.
Not a whole lot yet. Happy nullifies him. Well, the last time it got Luminosity out of another defensive bind. Happy is close to that overclock himself, though. Pretty early Suzu, but had to be used there for Squid to save his own life. Allows King to at least find the trade. This is what Luminosity need to do.
What are you making?
Try and find these trades, but again, the context is so different on Colosseo. If you're sort of trading outside of your enemy spawn, not really good enough.
But also, I mean, it's incredibly different as well when, you know, I mean, what, M80 basically gets like 98 meters like with the first push, right? I mean, at that point, you are so far behind. It's very difficult to come back from this far. Yeah, like you need kind of like an M80 fumble, then you to hit another level.
I was gonna say,
yeah, it's kind of like Johnny pointed out earlier on, right? It's like one team needs to be just making massive mistakes at this point to let you in. Sometimes Overwatch can feel a little deterministic at this level.
The second one is almost done.
Happy though.
So, I mean,
that's a bit of work to do now with Hawk out of the picture. Who switched to the Winston against Orisa? I think it was against the Ramatra initially, and Dante gives an opportunity to switch into it there, so fair enough.
Or do you want to go?
Yeah, and I wonder if they decide to switch off of the Winston, or they just decide to, you know, ride it out, try and make it work. Is just kind of, you know, circumvent Dante if he's going to play up on the high ground.
Well, it's not a question we actually get to ask often, but do they actually care about the Orisa?
I don't know what.
Vision now to get away from the
close to the movie theater,
or to get away from Pelican. Follow up there is crisp. It's frozen lettuce.
What are you in the mood for? I've been picking lately.
They use the beat there for only. They use the beat for 2 there.
Nothing spicy.
So it just connects with Juby and King. I think everybody else is kind of died
right now. This match
as the beat was being
once M80
dropped.
wins,
So
you
don't even have that sound barrier here. Also, I mean, you would need to use sound barrier to win that fight, right? To give yourself an opportunity. Squid just gets deleted there by Pelican. I don't even know what you're supposed to do in that scenario.
Well, nothing. I mean, getting one clipped is, you know, feels pretty bad. But that's what happens when an enemy tracer is on fire. Primal here, despite the best efforts of Squid with a swift step and a Suzu, it's not enough to save Vision.
What do you mean, what does chat think?
So we might actually see M80 here able to extend their lead further. Obviously, Happy has been on the sojourn here for the better part of the map now. With 45 seconds left in the round and a sound barrier to contend with, Luminosity are in dire straits.
Yeah, Dante does have the Terror Surge, but like you mentioned, sound barrier on the other side, nothing you can really do. They're going to engage with the sound barrier here fast. Vision's built up a rail shot and gets pushed all the way back to the spawn.
Thank you so much for the points the other day.
King in grave danger. Having to recall now might give it an opening, and yeah, he kind of knows it, respects it somewhat, but still not able to get away. Dante finds a javelin connection. Still the issue of Pelican though. He's at large, playing on the side of the map, and no one's paying him any attention right now.
I don't want
3 damage on Dante. Eventually, the Orisa is going to turn her head towards him, and see how hard it is for Hawk to just play Winston here. But M80 have got that buffer now,
yeah, I mean,
and they just have to win one more fight.
Like you mentioned, the Winston obviously is, not the pick here. You would think, right? You would obviously try and match the Orisa, but M80, they have such a big lead. They've been making it work as far as
I never had
Pelican will go Reaper. So gonna play Reaper here with this Sojourn Winston combo. Probably the Reaper is in the mixed match because you're going to get this Kitsune rush, and Reaper's just nasty inside that. You imagine he's going to be able to blow up targets.
Probably one of the best heroes for it, right? Just like that fire rate increase. With those Hellfire shotguns, just makes him impossible to beat up at long range. Sound barrier here. Happy's playing from a safe off angle, and it already found Vision at the start of the fight. So Luminosity didn't even have the crackback potential they need. Pelican did his job. He found the Orisa. Very, very straightforward stuff for the Reaper. Not to mention the cooldown reduction, which, by the way, pretty darn strong. M80, though, will close out Colosseo and, consequently, the series.
Okay, friends, YouTube thinks you might like this next video, so let me know if they're right.